But then I got to share it again because it's gonna come up.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to Coast Football Talk with your boy Bingo and my co-host Matt Stacks of Coast Football. Shabazz is out handling business right now, so he may not be able to join us today. But have no fear, Coast always got something to say. We're gonna have all kind of guests coming on today from fans, coaches, players, you name it. So y'all sit down, enjoy, relax before your favorite team comes on to play. I know we're coming a little late, but we told you we wanted to try this out on a Saturday to give people time to sit down and relax and give coaches time to regress and digress. But the coach got something to say, Matt. What's going on with you this morning?
Yeah, it's a great there being on this Saturday morning, 11:30. We're getting to start. I know again, it's some college games are actually started, but we'll try it and see here, and hopefully fans can tune in. If not, they can watch the replay. But October 13th, the Friday the 13th, the games last night, and what a night it was. Bingo. And I want to start off. We don't want to with I'd say bad. I mean, it was just for certain players that got hurt. I don't know if you're aware of, and just to go over real quickly the three players that we know of. Of course, Eric Johnson with Ocean Springs, as the time expired, he didn't get hit. He collapsed. I mean, that's scary, just collapsed. And so it was obviously a scary moment there. He did get taken to the hospital. He wasn't moving from what reports are, but we did get a report this morning off of Facebook from the football page that just in brief, of course, was taken to the hospital. He spent the night. He's sitting up in bed and having conversations with. So that's awesome there. We thank everyone for your support. And then they go on to thank the first responders and all that. I'm sure from AMR. So that was kind of a scary situation. Not kind of, it was when he just collapsed. And so we definitely send prayers for him. And then also at Stone was at Van Cleve, and the Connor Tice, the quarterback, who was having a great game. I didn't see the play exactly happen because I was watching different games, but Connor Tice suffered a broken collarbone. So, I mean, one of the top quarterbacks there is out for the season. And, I know it's football, but we want him to get him healthy for life in general. So that was unfortunate there that Connor broke his collarbone. And then I was watching on the last play when they were trying to make a comeback. Stone, Jaden Collins was hurt off the side, and reading off their Facebook page that, of course, he was taken off in the stretcher, but he was alert and able to move. So they're still running tests on him. Don't know exactly. And Jaden Collins is one of the top players there for Stone. But those are unfortunately stuff that happened last night. And then again, our thoughts and prayers with the teammates, with the family, teammates, coaches, and that they're players. Yes, we want to see them get back on the field, but we want to see them have a healthy life, not just with football, just off the field. So that was, to start off, to know that those happened last night. I don't know if any other players, but that what was posted on Facebook, on social media, and wish them all the best of luck there moving forward.
Yeah, that's devastating. Nobody wants to see that, man. That's like the Damar Hamlin all over again. So that was kind of scary. I'm pretty sure that was kind of scary. But I'm pretty sure that was scary. But Coach Bramlett, I was reading his post, and and his other players, Coach Lampley and all them, and just listening at their words, how they went to talk to him. They said the young man is high in spirits. He's doing good. They still got him at Memorial Hospital for further testing. But in the meantime, we just need to make sure we keep him and his family and the Greyhound Nation in our prayers and continue to uplift them through this time right here, because no one wants to see a young student athlete or anyone have to experience that. It's enough already going on in the community of Ocean Springs, and that right there doesn't need to be nothing added. So we're going to keep more in our prayers, and 26 is we riding with you.
Yes, most definitely that we are. And so we'll dive into it real quick, get the show started here. Just running over the scores from last night. I'm sure everybody knows this scores, but hey, we're going to run over them last night. Resurrection defeated East Marion 28-12. The Rockachaws went to St. Patrick, defeated them 42-7. We go to Poplarville in the non-region game, the only non-region game of the night, defeated Tylertown 45-12. Greene County went to Bay High and took out the Tigers 42-35. Moss Point went to Pass Christian. Pass Christian, the Pirates won that one 41-12. Laurel, the Golden Tornadoes went to East Central. A higher scoring game than I had thought, 48-35. Laurel defeats East Central. Stone at Van Cleve. We'll go more into depth on that, but Van Cleve was able to get the win there, 27-23 at their homecoming. Gaucher went to Wayne County. I had picked Gaucher, and they did win. I was kind of hoping, didn't know exactly what was going to happen, as with several of the games, but they did defeat Wayne County 49-33. Gaucher wins there. PRC loses at Terry 42-8. The game of the week was George County did defeat at Hancock 28-26. Pascagoula defeated Long Beach 40-33. West Harrison lost at Picayune, so Picayune did beat the Hurricanes 35-7. Biloxi defeated St. Martin 24-14 after their 10-7 halftime lead. Gulfport defeated D'Iberville 56-32. And Ocean Springs, the number one team on the coast, defeated Harrison Central at Harrison Central 49-13. So those are the 15 games, one non-region game. Again, we'll look and we'll dive more into several games and stats, but I just wanted to run through there, bingo, the games, the scores, who won, who lost, and we're going to bring on whatever guests that you have on, and we'll start to look at game by game, possibly there on what you want to do with this week, the 8th week of football, of high school football.
Okay. I guess we just run through them until I'm gonna get somebody on here now.
Okay. Oh, we'll go through it. I know you're fixing to get somebody on there.
Right.
As far as any kind of surprises, my record that I pick every game, I went again 12-3 last night. Went 12-3 last week in game predictions. Those are out every Thursday. The games that I lost, the 3 games I lost, was the George County game that I told you last week. My initial at this time last week, I had said George County. I felt their defense was going to be there, but during the week, watching films, Hancock at home, I went and picked Hancock to win 33-29. George County had that 21-3 halftime lead, and Hawks came back and made it close, 28-26. George County wins there, stopping the Hawks' perfect season at 7-0, and they now are tied with Picayune. That is George County with the region lead, and Hancock moves them 1-1 in the region standings there. So that was, again, a very coin toss, and Mike, it just happened to come up on the wrong side of that. The Van Cleve Stone, I had a fan last night that posted on my game predictions, and she looked at the game predictions and saw that I predicted 28-23 Stone, and she was all excited. She posted on there, man, I saw Stone won 20, because the actual score 27-23, but it was for Van Cleve that won that game. So, I'm not going to pat myself on the back. I try to get the scores closest to what I think it would be. Van Cleve did win 27-23 when I actually predicted Stone to win 28-23. So that is the second game I lost. The third game that I lost last night before we get to our first guest, and that was Greene County, which, hey, you picked Greene County to win at Bay High, and sure enough, they did. They were winning 21-14 at halftime. They went on to win 42-35. That is Greene County beating Bay High to move to 1-1, and Bay High also moves to 1-1. So that was the 3 games that I lost, and that's all posted on our Gulf Coast High School football page. Game predictions every week on the season. That will bring me, out of 123 picks, I've gotten 88 correct, 35 wrong, for 72%. Region games on the season, now just 3 weeks in, 27-5. That is 84%. So I'm a little bit low. My average is my 8th year picking games. I have over 1,100 games that I've picked before coming into the season, I'm at 74%. And then the region games with over 600 picks, I'm at 77%. So doing a little bit better on region games this year. It's always fun, and I've game predictions, and please no wagering on the game predictions there. But surely the fans do read it, and they do let me know if I get a team wrong, a pick wrong, and even some George County fans on the Facebook page was saying something to the effect that as far as about respect or didn't believe in it. I mean, I have to choose a side, and that's the side that I choose. I have no way disrespect any team or think one team. I wish all coast teams would win and go in, but that's obviously not the case there. So, but a good week for me at 12-3, and as far as any kind of surprise upsets, not really in the top 10, which will come out on Tuesday. You had 8 of the 10 top teams win in the Coast Top 10 rankings, where we have 7 other voters beside myself, and we have strength of schedule that is added in there, and it comes out and it pops out the Coast Top 10, and it actually ranks all 24 teams. We just list the top 10, and 2 teams lost in the top 10. That was Hancock. Well, they lost to the number 4th ranked George County. The other top 10 team that lost was Harrison Central, who they lose to, number 1 team in Ocean Springs. So I think the voters are getting it right, because most of the teams, all the teams in the top 10 did win. Then you go outside the top 10, you have Stone losing, D'Iberville losing, Bay High losing, East Central losing, Long Beach, St. Martin, PRC, Moss Point, St. Patrick. But that's the way it is there. The Coast Top 10 every Tuesday at 10 o'clock. And if you want to be a sponsor of that, hit me up a DM. We'll be glad to put your company's name with it, as we're growing a lot there on the page, as I posted, and looking at it post reach, 121,000 people that we have reached, engagements almost 53,000. So I do it for free. I enjoy it and look forward to doing it each and every week, bringing you all the way to the state championship game. So we have any guests coming on there, Bingo?
Yes, we have.
I'm gonna have to plug in my phone.
Yeah, we got 2 guests. We got first up, we got the incomparable Derek Forehand, who you said was unstoppable last night, and we also got the mouth of Van Cleve, the mouth of the Big 5'7" himself, Jason Michael Phillips, or vice versa. Finna bring those guys in.
All right.
Yeah. There they go. Man, y'all turn your phone sideways like that.
Sideways.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Camera looks weird.
Yeah.
Let me plug in my phone there. There's Forehand. He's making a name for himself there. I was watching that game last night with Stone. It's all they did. But you must be tired there, Derek. I mean, we have
kind of
unofficially 24 carries, 173 yards, and a touchdown. They know you're going to run the ball, and they couldn't stop you. I mean, it was great. How do you feel this morning after all that running?
I'm sore. My leg's sore.
Well, hey, that's being honest. It's not like, hey, I'm going to go out and run a marathon. I mean, running 24 times and getting hit that many times. I mean, you guys had a great game last night. I know Jason was there. So that just how'd you feel there at the end of the game when they know, you're trying to get that first down and keep the game going? I mean, they knew you were going to run, you just bulldozed them. How you feel about that?
I feel really good about that, man. It felt good.
What's your class? Are you a senior this year?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm a senior.
So I mean, you're looking to go to the next level, as far as junior college or football, or you play baseball. Just tell us a little bit about you.
Yes, sir. I used to play football. I used to play basketball, but I gave up on that and focused on football. And it's whoever offers me the best spot for me.
You have your Twitter. You got a Twitter account?
Yes, sir.
Let me see. What's your Twitter account?
I think it's like Derek Forehand or Forehand Derek, one of them.
Yeah, I think I might have looked for it last night to tell you if you got a. Okay.
Hey, Derek.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about your personal performance and how did you contribute to the team's success last night?
Last night, well, I shout out to my O-line. They was blocking real good for me. So, and I just had some big holes and just hit them.
So, what was your mindset going into this game tonight? Why Matt look you up on Facebook and get your stuff so we can blast you up?
What we had planned, we was doubted coming in this game. We was doubted, so we had to keep our head strong, keep it high, and go in there and win this game.
Yeah. Can you describe the key moments that turned the game in your favor?
On the first drive when we scored the first touchdown, and that's how it set the intensity so high for us and keep on driving.
Also, district play can be intense. How do you and your teammates stay focused and motivated through this season?
Take every week and practice real hard and keep going.
All right. Lastly, is there anyone in particular you would like to shout out or thank for supporting the Bulldogs during this season?
I just shout out to all the fans that keeps us. Hey, the fans keep us going. And our line, we need to keep it up.
Right, huh?
Oh yeah, we probably got it clicking. We got it clicking.
That's good. All right, Matt, you found it yet? I
got it. I got his Twitter. It is at forehand. It's his last name first, forehand. Derek, you need to get. I say the last, what you got on there, a highlight in September. So, I mean, I could share that part of it there. On the season, I don't know if I'm pretty sure they didn't add last night, but you were at 468 yards on 77 carries, 4 rushing touchdowns, and so I mean that's getting up there pretty good as far as approaching over obviously with last night with again 173 yards, almost 200 yards of rushing. That was pretty nice there to have that. Who's your offensive line as far as that you want to name in him? But who are they?
Joey Waltman, BG Peterson, Dalton Toothman, Christian Phillips, and Cannon Peterson.
There you go. And yes, you do lead the team in rush. I know you mentioned Christian Phillips. Of course, we have his dad there right next to you in the Brady Bunch 4 square there. Those who probably don't remember the Brady Bunch, but anyways, Jeremy, what'd you see last night with Derek? And the team as general. I know I watched a live stream. I didn't watch every play, but they were just running. They were running and running.
Well, last week against Gaucher was the first game since week 1, St. Martin, that we had a healthy offensive line. And that was the biggest thing this year was coming in was the definition of who was going to take John's spot and be that guy. Because the offensive line's been just running. I mean, they've been, gelling and coming up through, middle school and 9th grade and JV running a style of offense that Coach Matt likes to run. And we've just been plagued by injuries. I mean, that was a really bad, we had a real bad spell. I think we had, I want to say, I don't know if Derek can remember, about 6 or 7 starters out. And 3 of them, we had 3 offensive linemen out in the Hancock game. So last week was a gel together, kind of see where the line was going to stand at, what guards were going to step up and really start. Guards are a big play in Bank Lee's style running. But last night you could see the gel. And the great part is when you turn around and you've got a guard and you've got a tackle and the tight end turning around and flexing on the crowd like they don't want. I mean, you can just see the energy. Last night was a bigger game than anybody I think could even imagine. That was homecoming, but it was Bankley had to set the tone for what they were going to do, and Derek was really fast out of the backfield. I mean, you could really see he had a lot of pep in his step. On his touchdown run, if you watch it, it reminded me of John Peterson. He was looking for contact, and he was laying bodies out going into the end zone. So Hunter Harper had a really big game last night. Harper, not Parker. Parker did too, but Hunter Harper ran the ball last night too. He was running with behind Derek, and I don't know how many carries he ended up with, but he had some pretty good 10-yard gains. And last night it just really showed that power side football that Van Cleve does. And, everybody was gelling. You could see it happening. So big kudos to the offensive line for really getting in there and setting the tone for the game. And, man, they gave it to Stone County. You could see it third quarter. Their hands were on their hips. Derek did a really good job looking for his holes, man.
Yeah, I say he rushed, 24 times, but as a team, I know they were giving out the stats. Wayne there, who I call a Gulf Coast football with, he gave out the stats, and they rushed, easily over 30 times on for it. So I mean, that many times you are going to wear down the defense in a much needed win that, you didn't want to necessarily go 0-2. You have 6 teams in the division, that you're in. So I mean, you have Laurel, who's there at 2-0, and Gaucher at 2-0. Then you have Van Cleve and Wayne County at 1-1, and then Stone and East Central at 0-2. So 4 teams make it. You do have a tough trip next week at Laurel, who's projected to win the region. But again, as long as you're in the top 4, you got to beat 2 other teams. You just did that with Stone. But Derek's game last night, again, they're showing them on. They did update it on Max Preps. 23 carries, 169 yards. That's the second most. You ran it for 29 times against George County. So, Derek had a great game, and he mentioned that your son there as far as blocking wise. And Derek's 6 foot 195. So a great game by him and for the Bulldogs. Derek, are you going? I'd seen last night. I was watching on the stream. You got your flowing locks coming out from that helmet. You got long.
Oh, you can see it right now.
There you go. There you
got
go.
I
like that. I like that. Bingo likes that too. But yeah, I got your stats up here, and they did up, like I say, 77 carries. That's the second most. So normally, I don't know, the first game you carried it, one time, then you had 14 times and 29 against George County. And I mean, it's you doing it good there. And next week you got Laurel. So when do y'all start looking at Laurel? I mean, y'all, on Monday, y'all don't come in on Sunday to practice.
He already dropped film, so we're watching it.
Already dropped. Hey, there you go. And then, like I say, I'm on your on Twitter account. Like I say, at Forehand Derek is where he's at. You go give him a follow. And like I say, I can share the last thing I see up there is September 23rd about your highlights. So I mean, I'll share that. And once you get updated, especially last night's game, we'll share that. Anything that we can do, we'll certainly shine the light on you and your teammates, not just you. As I say, shine the light on you. It's going to reflect on your teammates. So a nice.
Hey, another thing, I don't cut you off, Matt. Derek plays linebacker too, and I know you see his carries. You'll see when he gets to 20+ carries, he's getting you the 100+. He's getting you that touchdown. But he plays a lot of defense too, and so he's got a lot of pressures. I mean, he plays phenomenal defense. Let's get that. There's a reason why they got to figure out which side, but it's proven. And I'm telling you right now, live, you give that boy 20 carries, he's going to get you your yards. You give Derek Forehand that ball for 20 carries a game, he's going to get you your yards. And he's proven it multiple times. So I just had to throw that out there.
Yep. And we certainly appreciate you guys taking the time out on this Saturday morning. Again, we're trying it here instead of a late Friday night at midnight. Try it here on Saturday as we're approaching lunchtime. And, just like I say, the honesty with Derek, yeah, you're going to be hurt. Some players will say, no, I can run another 20 times. No, it takes a pounding, I could imagine. I don't run the ball here lately, so I can imagine it takes a pounding. So we appreciate you coming on the show and wish you the best of luck the rest of the season, especially next week at Laurel. Then y'all will 2 home games. That's great. 2 home games, East Central, and then Wayne County comes to you guys. So, you got to get your foot in the door to playoffs to make it to the championship, but you got to take this one game at a time at Laurel. So,
oh yeah. All right, fellas, man, we appreciate y'all for coming on. We hope to keep y'all as regulars every week because we like when everybody win and everybody shine because we like to shine the spotlight on everyone. Who Van Cleve got next week?
Laurel.
Hey, go set the tone, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Dayon Bilbo and John Peterson already made Van Cleve a staple for running back. So go do you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we also need to give Stone County, I know y'all talked about Connor Tice. I think Tice, the quarterback. Number 21. It was their running back. He at the end of the game, the ball got thrown up, and there was about 4 or 5 players that went for the ball. He landed on his neck, number 21, and he was actually put on a stretcher and carried out of the stadium on an ambulance. From what I heard last update, it was a stinger, but I know that I haven't heard an actual update on it. Van Cleve showed a lot of class last night. Nealon, I mean, it was quiet. I mean, you can hear a pin drop. I hate that. It really hurts me. I had to deal with my son this year. He had a pretty good injury that makes you just think, how dangerous the sport is and how much we love it. But, somebody left the field the same way they didn't come last night. And I know that happened with Ocean Springs, and just these kids, y'all need to be safe and play smart and protect yourselves. And, you lay it all out there, but just prayers for number 21. He definitely he sustained an injury last night. I don't know what the extent was. So
yeah, that was Jaden Collins. He
Jaden Collins
had a couple interceptions. He caught the touchdown to almost get him to 2 point away from tying the game against Laura. But yes, they had mentioned when we first came on the first points of this broadcast that they're saying that he's in a lot of pain. They're waiting on test results. That was 10 hours ago, but he is, able. He's moving and talking. That's good there. But yes,
Jaden Collins. I'm glad to hear that.
Again, last night, the 13th, we just hate to see it. Again, we mentioned with the Ocean Springs player and then 2 Stone County players, and where you got to go off where broken collarbone, and 2 of them went off in an ambulance. So yes, we prayers and for every player for every week. So enjoy these times, take care, and again, appreciate you guys taking the time out here to join us.
Yes, sir.
Big 5-7, baby.
There it is.
All right, fellas, y'all be easy. Enjoy y'all Saturday.
All right,
y'all too.
Enjoy the show. Y'all take care.
Peace.
Thanks. Yeah, that was Derek. I mean, that's good to get Derek. I knew he had his hair flowing out from his helmet last night. That was good. And then, like I say, he put it up 24 carries, and he was on. Hey, I'm sore. Like I say, these kids. Some of them may get on there. No, I'm ready to go. Let's hit some more. Let's run. Nah, it takes. That's why you get into the ice bath. I haven't been in an ice bath, but
I ain't either.
But that's good. That's good. And like I say, I shared his highlights. He needs, like I say, the update is Twitter, aka X. So
right.
But we got any what you want to do next? You the host, so
nah, we got our Moss Point correspondent coming on next. James Payne II. He can tell us about the Moss Point and
Pass Christian.
Yeah, Pass Christian game last night. So we're finna bring in James Payne, student media pundit of the University of Moss Point, as they like to call it, the UMP.
I was gonna call him JS2, but I don't want to give somebody a name if he don't want,
yeah.
In the second.
I don't know. Let's ask him. Do you want it, man? What's up, James?
What's up?
How you doing today, brother?
Hey, doing good.
Like, you sharp? Where you headed to? Church?
Funeral.
Oh, yeah, that's
I'm at a funeral right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she had a glow about her. Yeah, she did.
Yeah. So, man, tell us, man. Take us to that the Moss Point and Pass Christian game last night. What was your views and takeaways from it? First of all, tell everybody who you are. Let me sorry.
My name is James Payne II. I'm currently a junior at Moss Point High School. I'm a photographer currently right now, and then every now and then I'm a 228 sports intern for do photography. Last night I was on duty from last night, so got a call about an hour before, and I said no problem, do it, and I had to underdo it because it's something I want to do after high school. So
that's great, man. Shout out to 228 Sports for shining that light on the youth in their community for the opportunity. So, like I was saying, take us back and give us your insight and your views from last night's game.
TJ, he started off the first play of the game, just a straight run, 80-yard touchdown to the end zone, to the south side of the end zone, toward the scoreboard. But when I looked at that, I said, well, Moss Point do this consistently. But Pass Christian, Moss Point, I've been going to the games all season. When you see a team throw the ball kind of like Pass Christian, it throws them for a loophole. So it kind of it kind of threw them off balance because they was good at run, good at pass, so kind of threw them both off for a spin. But Moss Point just have to get a little bit more discipline because the other team is probably a little more experienced. But I think it's gonna take probably next 2 or 3 years for the team to get a little bit more balanced because I'm not saying the team is not bad, but we gotta get a little bit more discipline because we're not doing too well right now. Because right now we're going into 1-7 right now, 0-3 in region play, and it's just unfortunate that we're at this state in time. So
Yeah, so things have been different around the University of Moss Point, as y'all like to
yeah.
call it, lately. How are you as a student adjusting to all the changes, like from top to bottom, even from the athletic standpoint, from the new head coach, new administration, to all that?
It's not bad, they gotta get adjusted and watch what I do and all that. But I get really adjusted to do what I do, and don't sometimes people not like what you do, but you keep it pushing because you know what you're gonna do after high school. So some stuff you do might be debatable, but you gotta keep it pushing. You don't worry about what people gotta say.
Facts, man. You got your head on your shoulders, man. So, all right, you said T.J. Charles, man. I seen the first play. I think he broke on the first drive, man. That was like what, 70, 80-yard run or so.
Yeah, 80 yards. Yeah.
How else was his night? Because TJ's one of our premier top rushers on the coast, and he's having quiet senior year. But Moss Point's depth. I think y'all only got 30-something, almost 40-something players. So you got both players playing both sides of the ball. If I'm mistaken.
Yeah, but he after that one, I know Moss Point personally. If it's not like a one touchdown down one touchdown at halftime, it's probably most likely they're not going. I keep it realistic. I'm from Moss Point, and some people don't like it, but I just keep it realistic. I don't know the way to say it. Yeah. But we was down 31-12 at halftime, and that's too big of a gap. But he kind of got a little aggravated. I remember around third, fourth quarter, he was mad because the offensive lineman wasn't blocking him. That's why he kept on getting stopped at the line. Then the quarterback successfully got stopped too. I remember one point in time, it was probably at the 20-yard line, and then it was like the ball was like the ball fell out. Well, he got sacked. He was down to like 2-3 yard line, but with the help of T.J. Charles, they got a couple more yards, but they ended up punting a little bit before the 20-yard line. So it just he can do what he want to do, but he just had to get help from the other team as a whole because it's not a one man job. It's somebody says no I in team. It's, everybody got to work together. So he could do what he wants to do, but everybody has to be on one accord, for it to work.
Yes, that's true. Who's I think I seen White back at quarterback last night.
Yeah,
he was. How did he look? Was that his first game back?
No, this is probably his second one. He came back last week. He's not bad, but to me personally, he's questionable. He has ups and downs. Last night wasn't too great for him at all. Got, like I said, Pascal Christian, some of the defenders sacked him a lot last night. So he probably still get a little bit more, developed because I know he transferred from Ocean Springs, but he's up and down. He's questionable. So you don't know what you don't never know what you're gonna get him week by week. So
so he's still adjusting to the system from what it sounds like. Yeah, he's gonna be all right. I think the move for him to go over there was a good move for him. I think he don't see it right now, but in due time he will. Like right now, Moss Point's just got to they're getting their licks in, So as soon as they get some depth, I think things will be different for them going forward. But every game is crucial and every game count right now for them in region.
Yeah,
we all know.
Because I looked back last night. I told somebody Mossman really needed Bay St. Louis to beat Greene County on this Friday night, and I just realized looking back last night on UMass stats on your Facebook page, Greene County beat Bay St. Louis. So that's not realistically, it's not looking good for Mossman going to next week. Probably. Go ahead.
Okay.
It says probably really not looking good to next week because they end up. I think that was a 42-35 win in favor of the Wildcats. Yeah. Just
well. Next week is, if you want to say, is a playoff game for Moss Point. In fact, it's their last game of the season. They're off the last week when everybody's still playing, and Greene County won. Greene County's 1-1. Of course, Moss Point's 0-3, but if Moss Point can somehow beat Greene County, of course, that obviously moves them to 1-3, moves Greene County to 1-2. And who's Greene County got to play that last week? They got to host Poplarville. So that's not right now at this day. Poplarville would be favored, of course, to go beat Greene County. So and then that would put both teams at 1 and 3. So next week, heads up, whoever wins will get that playoff spot. There's only 5 teams in the region, so 4 of them will make the playoff. So next week, from here on out, it's a playoff game. So Moss Point with Coach Feaster, and I know he's a great coach, and everybody might have thought, hey, he's going to come in and do what he did with Stone last week, won the region title. No, it takes a little bit of time for most teams to build up, the atmosphere there, to build up the players, the depth chart, like Bingo said. But next week, and it's at Moss Point. I don't know who I'm picking right now. I know Moss Point struggled. Their game they did beat was St. Stanislaus, and people were looking back like, how in the world they beat St. Stanislaus? But it was homecoming, and not saying that's the reason. They just so next week is a playoff game. If they beat Greene County, they may be looking at the playoffs again at a 1-3 record, because Greene County would have to beat Poplarville the following week. So again, that was a surprise with Greene County, but Bingo picked Greene County. Greene County is a decent team. The record don't show it. That was just, again, their second win. So we shall see there what happens next week. But yes, I want to give a shout out for keeping me updated on the scores, because not every team has a social media presence there, and I tell fans and I'll retweet it out. But at your at Twitter, aka X, to follow James there at JD2 Talk. So JD, the number 2, and then Talk. So go give him a shout out and a follow there to get his followers up. You take great, like I say, pictures and help out. You're part of the light. You're part of shining the light on the players. I know you're at Moss Point, but everything that you do certainly does help. And condolences to, I know you said you're going to a funeral, and I hate to hear that, but appreciate you taking the time to come on here on this Saturday morning.
Hey, can I make one more note real quick?
Sure.
That's it.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, whoever wins that 4th seed, they got to play the pretty good Macomb team, because they're the proper region 6 1 seed. So that's gonna be competitive. I mean, that wide receiver, I know him. I seen him in track before, and that quarterback, they say his stats are through the roof. So whoever makes the 4th seed, they're gonna have a rough time in the first round.
Man, what 4A is tough.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it's going to be tough, but at least you try to, like I say, to get in the playoffs is the main thing. But yes, it's going to be rough once you get in there. But again, for Moss Point, what a season would be if they, can beat Greene County next week and look like they may get into the playoffs after just winning 2 games. I mean, hey, it happens because you have 5 teams in the region, but we shall see. Look forward to it there again at Moss Point next week. Greene County will come to town.
All right, man. James, I appreciate you, man. Look, you got a spot on here anytime you come on here, man. You our Moss Point correspondent. Anytime we need anything, or you want to talk sports in period or anything, because you're very diverse and very abroad in everything, and you cover pretty much the whole Moss Point athletics. Like from golf, track, you name it. You cover all that. So, anytime we got, something going on and you want information, holler at us, man. You got a key to you got a seat at the table, fam.
Appreciate it.
All right, fam, man. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. We'll get with you.
Will do.
All right, fam. Good evening.
All right, thanks.
So, Matt, that
So yeah, I was gonna call. I had to ask him. I didn't want to JS2, James Spann 2.
Oh yeah, you should have said something.
But I didn't. Some people I didn't want to throw it on. But no, he certainly helps out a lot. The young man. Again, he's still in school. He's in high school. It's not like my old self there. He's shining that light with his photography and all that. Like say on Twitter, give him a follow. So yes, Moss Point actually was leading that game last night. Like he said, it was a 6-0 lead on that first play or so of the game. But then they fell, ended up falling 41 to 12. I had 38 to 13. So I was somewhat close, but I wasn't right. Some fans will point it out. You weren't on it, Matt. But, hey, I figure a 38-13 is close to a 41-12. But Pass Christian moves in a much-needed win there for Pass Christian. But, again, that game next week at Greene County, that's, a playoff game. They win, they most likely going to be in the Tigers, because Greene County, if they can beat Poplarville the next week, which right now I would say no, but that's still 2 weeks away. So we'll see there. But so what's the next move there, Bingo?
We
got comments, we got a guest, we got
Coach Bramlett from Ocean Springs. He said thank you for thanking the EJ. Got to see him last night and his spirits were up. Hoping for a release today with some more tests to come in. # all in.
That's of course the head coach of Ocean Springs, and I know it's kind of has a the win last night. I mean, I know it's more than football, of course, and hope his player certainly gets better. But Ocean Springs, I watched their broadcast, and Harrison Central, we didn't really know much about them. It was the first time I was trying to watch them on live. I mean, I watched them on tape, and Ocean Springs just almost played, like say, a perfect game last night. And now, 16 straight region wins. I had them winning 40-21. Now they didn't give Harrison Central that 21. They gave them 13. So I wasn't, wanting to get them closer to that 21 to my score. But no, I had them. They had 49. So 49-13. Ocean Springs wins. I'll have to tell you that they're number one team on the coast with our poll. So a nice win with Coach Bramlett. And again, their social media is off the train there,
man.
And they have a live team, and they got the siren going off when they score, and so that's how it that's what it's about. It's it's great. But yes, for him to come on there and post, and we do send the prayers. At least he's moving around and up. And I know Coach has been up there several times, if not to see his player. That's how coaches do. I know when I rode on the bus with Perk with Gulf Coast, and one of our players on the road game got hurt, and on the way back down, they took him to the hospital. This is years ago, and Coach Wright, our bus, who calls Stone Football bus driver, we went to the hospital and pulled up to the hospital, and the head coach got off and went to the hospital, and we went on coming back home. So the coaches, it's their family. We know that it's their family. Their coach's family, like we're family. Bingo's my brother, just from another mother, and. Yeah. But appreciate Coach Bramlett, posting that. We have to, may get him on. See if we can get him on. May I don't know about today but here in the future. But his team certainly on a roll, and of course they're, the game that everybody's waiting for. So I have to wait another week. You can't focus on that Ocean Springs Gulfport game. That's in 2 weeks. Next week, Biloxi comes to Ocean Springs. So Biloxi beating St. Martin. So Biloxi's looking to say, hey, we want something to say. They won that road game a couple weeks ago. Biloxi did in Mobile, so maybe they're road tested, but they did get beat at Gulfport. So, anyways, I digress and let you go.
Wow, that was kind of expected, man. Shout out to the voice of Pascagoula football, Harold Tillman. He does their play-by-play commentary on their Gulf Coast Sports media page, and that's who gave me my start at doing broadcast journalism, man, and sports color commentary. And I tried to get him to come on, but he's at work right now. So, but we're gonna have to get Harold on here, man. Shout out to my guy Harold Tillman, man. Gula pride, as he say.
Yeah, Harold was on. I was watching that game, and then all of a sudden the players were not moving. They were frozen. They lost. Unfortunately, they lost the signal last night, and they posted this morning. They were doing that. They actually showed the game this morning. So unfortunately, they were at Long Beach, and the signal, something happened where I couldn't watch. I was ready to watch Long Beach, and Rich, I believe I was Junior Brown in the first. I mean, he has a second level, but Pascagoula ended up winning that game 40-33 last night at Long Beach. Again, they go now and host Hancock. It'll be interesting to see how Hancock. If they're licking their wounds, like, man, we lost, perfect season gone. Pascagoula, a great opportunity to get that and maybe sneak out a second seed, but we shall see next week. Pascagoula at Hancock. But yes, thank Harold for all the work he does in the live stream and his cohort there that's on there with him. I do watch it. Just unfortunately, the stream didn't work last night.
That's like Gula's been doing that. Of course, the first team ever to have their own production to show their games. Well, the Mighty Tigers of Mars Point in the 90s and early 2000s with Candy Production and Mr. Dubo, Medimart. They had all Mars Point games. But Gula was one of the only teams after that I see to have their own production where they produce their own high school games on their own YouTube channel. Like, a lot of more schools should do that because social media, you can make earn income off social media. So that money can go towards your athletic department or your media department, which I'm pretty sure in the future every school is going to eventually have, because they see it's an asset to have that in your program. Look at Biloxi. Biloxi High have a media department. Shout out to Coach Miles. He teaches the media department and he's a football coach. That's an asset to have in your school. And look at Biloxi's social media and the engagement and attention they have. You know, Pascagoula done the same thing. It's a lot of schools. Ocean Springs, Gulfport, George County now. Gaucher in the past, like they're getting back there. Like it's a lot of schools that have always used social media, St. Martin, to enhance their program and the image of it. And it's key. It's key because social media is your business card these days.
Yes, it is. And different teams are on different levels. Some of them do live stream games. I don't know if I want all of them to live stream, because I was watching 5 games last night somewhat. When you have 5 games, you're not really watching any of them, as they say. But I was mainly on the Hancock game, but I switched over to Ocean Springs, had their on there. Of course, Hancock had their game on there. So, I mean, at some point, George County will have their live stream on there, too.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yeah,
but still, Biloxi. Hey, man. Hey, I'm glad we got that special guest. What's his name?
Yeah, SJ.
SJ. Is that the one I seen that he plays football? Didn't he just get an award, you said? Didn't you post that?
Nah, that joke ain't got nothing. He number 4.
Who was that? It was another one I thought you posted or text to us that got the football award, I believe. Wasn't it? Was that? But okay.
Oh, yeah, we probably look to see, man. We post so much.
No, I'm on our text, person to person. I thought you said somebody texted between me, you, and Boz about a football player getting an award, a young kid. I thought that was your young kid.
Mine ain't.
I'll have to go look. Anyways, we'll go. Well, but yeah, social media is definitely the future, and a lot of teams are going on that. Again, different levels from live streaming to just a weekly post. Gulfport, they live stream their games. That was the other game I was watching, Gulfport. And so, yes, it's growing each and every week, just like this. They'll look back at us, Bingo, when I'm gone and passed away, and said, man, they started off that weekly pregame and postgame show, and now everybody's doing it, in which we've already seen somebody else, spawn off, which is awesome to have, to lead the way. And you, especially you, Bingo Media is doing it. So,
yeah, man, I'm enjoying it. Like, just to be able to sit back from this point of view and just basically just bring production into schools, and you're basically telling their story, and I'm having fun with it. Like,
just like with Coach Football, we don't one team, we go 24 teams, even the 2015, which is a Christian Cleat, the 8-man player, I share their game results. They post on there, but it's good with this format. We cover all the teams. Like I said, we just had, Moss Point representative on there with JS2 under James Spann, and, Phillips and Forehand, the running back. So we bringing anybody else on, or we got comments that you want to do, whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
I know you're trying to get some.
Yeah, I'm trying to get these interviews coming on. But look at my boy Harold. Harold said, remember he said this. We need to screenshot that. Next year, Long Beach is going to be a beast.
Hey,
I gotta go look at that.
I gotta see what Park Junior Brown. That's what they call him. His name is not necessarily Junior Brown, but that's what he's getting known as. As you see, Boz. Yeah. Boz said he never got the link. I know you sent it out on an email, but yes, Long Beach is up and coming. That game, like I say, last night with Pascagoula, it wasn't. It's 40 to. It was a 1-score game. I haven't watched it. I started watching it when Junior Brown scored, but I haven't watched the whole game, so I may have to go back. It should be posted on Facebook. That is at Pascagoula at Long Beach, because I wanted to see Long Beach. I see highlights of them, but I wanted to see live action. That was my chance last night, and unfortunately, again, the live stream was interrupted. They couldn't get it, so I'm going to have to go watch at some point that game. But Long Beach is making some noise. Again, they just stopped the longest winning streak this year as far as active. And they have 2 wins. They won at home against South Jones. They went on the road and won at Purvis. That stopped the streak. So now they will host Picayune. Man, they can get Picayune. That'll be something there. They're going to score on Picayune. Picayune, of course, coming off that 35-7 win at home last night against West Harrison, and Picayune now has won back-to-back games. They've won a region game. They've started off 2-0 in region play that I just posted out there on my Hot or Not. They are, since 2001, they've started 2-0 in region play. So that's a pretty good streak there. But again, as we're trying to bring in, I believe, Boz, as Bingo has left me out here by myself.
No, I'm right here. I was
There
just letting you talk.
Letting Boz. Oh, but no, we were talking about Long Beach, and they're hosting Picayune next week. So I know they're gonna have tough tasks next week, but the players starting to believe with that first win. Then they got a second win, and they were within one score last night. Again, I don't know. I have to watch the replay to see if they had a shot at the end to tie the game, as they lost 40-33. That is Long Beach against Pascagoula. So, but yes, Pascagoula is up on the rise.
They are. They got a young program, and they got a lot of talent coming up. Their middle school Comer, their A-grade middle school team, they won the championship last year, and now they're undefeated again, and they're playing in the championship again this Tuesday.
Man.
So they're looking for back-to-back middle school championships. So that lets you know right now, if they got 2 back-to-back middle school teams coming up going into this high school, Pascagoula going to be a problem because they already got the talent at the high school.
Yes, yeah, and talking about social media, Long Beach, was that Coach Massey? Is that the coach? They did a 30-minute video the other night. I was starting to watch where he was drawing up, telling some plays up on the board up there. They did. Now, it wasn't all just him talking that; it was different things, but still a 30-minute segment. Long Beach, it's again that social media, and they're on the move too. There now, they do live stream games, but it is a paid live stream on that, the NHFS or whatever that it is. So, but again, they're on the move there, Long Beach, and Coach Massey.
Yeah. Harold said they're gonna be a beast, and by next year we're gonna see. That's you can quote that from Harold Tillman, the voice.
Yep. So what we got next?
All right. Well, we're waiting on somebody to answer back to these emails.
All right. So what the just going over a couple with Biloxi that was leading St. Martin 10-7 at halftime. They won 24-14. So a 10-point win. I had it 28-23 Biloxi. I mean, did that score surprise you there? I mean, St. Martin, they lost to Harrison Central last week. They actually were leading late, from my understanding. They ended up losing to Harrison Central 17-13, if I'm not mistaken. Now they play Biloxi, and lose by 10. I mean, unfortunately, St. Martin continues their losing streak. Now it's 14 games, but they're playing better ball the last 2 weeks, giving up 24 and 17 points there with Coach French, that is. And then next week, Biloxi will, again, play at Ocean Springs. So, yeah, we'll see what they do there. I don't know if that score surprised you or not, with that Biloxi St. Martin being a little bit closer than.
Remember in the pregame show, I said it was going to be a closer game because it was personal for St. Martin because of the situation with Jalen Anderson leaving St. Martin, going to Biloxi, and so Norrell White, he made that game personal for himself after you seen that pass and catch he caught last night. Run, man, like he got to be arguably between him, Norrell White, and Chris Davis. There got to be 1A and 1B when it comes to being an athlete. Like, those kids are like two of the best I done seen in the last, I don't know how long. They can play any position on the field. Yeah. I give Dirk the edge because Dirk get back there at that quarterback. I seen him play quarterback. He can play it if he wants to, but they are some talented athletes, and I look forward to seeing them at the next level. Chris going to Stanford and Norrell going to Oxford and Ole Miss. So I just had that out there.
As we wait for the next guest, I'd be remiss not to mention, which we haven't really gone in depth, the game of the week last night, which put number 4 George County 1-0 at number 3 Hancock, who's 1-0, 7-game winning streak. Perfect on the season. The Hawks. You were there on the sideline. I was watching on the live stream, and George County just started off. They were 21-0. 21-0. They started off. It's like, oh boy, Hancock, it may be too big of a moment. They're tight. I don't know, what the play, what the deal was with Hancock as far as just starting off like that. Maybe, I know Deuce.
It was Moran, man. He didn't show up. I don't know what happened, bro. It's like the Space Jam. It's like that somebody took his skills away. Like, I don't know what happened.
If he was I don't, because I know all eyes were on that game. I mean, on the live, it was live stream, and it was 21-3 at halftime. But hey, the final score, 28-26. Hancock came back in that second half. The score, those run, it was 4th down. Instead of kicking that field goal, they go for it, and they actually had the play wide open. The player was wide open there to actually take the lead. And they did not. It was did not take the lead. And I don't know if it was one of those things with George County. It was 21-0. So, it's like they weren't pressured. You kind of relax. You see teams get a big lead, and not to mention Colorado last night we talked about with that big lead, and they came back and lost. But George County, give it to Hancock. They come back, and yes, fans on Facebook were saying that. We didn't, or I don't like, or Coast Football, which that's what I am, doesn't care for George County, and that's far from the truth. I support all 24 Coast teams. That one time I did post on Facebook when Hancock was coming back, and somebody mentioned, well, why didn't you post when George County had the lead? I'm here watching 5 or 6 games. I'm on Twitter mostly. Facebook on a Friday night is secondary, so to add games on there, I don't do a lot. So there's Boz there. So we were talking about the George County Hancock game there, Boz, with the big lead that they had, 21-0, 21-3 at halftime. George County, and Hancock comes back, and does lose 28-26. There was a safety they gave up, George County, at the end, and punted it away. And Hancock just couldn't make it back. It was a toss-up for me. My original pick was George County, but I changed it throughout the week with the home team Hancock, where I had it a 4-point win for Hancock. Well, it was a 2-point win for George County. I don't know if you saw any of that game last night, boss.
Oh, man, I didn't. I got to see a couple highlights. I saw a pick six.
Pick six?
Saw the pick six, which was very uncharacteristic, for Dylan Moran. But, George County defense was ready for the challenge. So it looked like the atmosphere was amazing. I'm pretty sure y'all touched on. I know Bingo was there to experience it live. But that game looked like it was amazing, and it lived up to the hype. It lived up to the hype, man. So they may see each other again in the playoffs. So who knows, man? So I know I'm late.
Yeah.
I know I'm late on here, but yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of the season is for Hancock, because that's one of the best starts they had in almost 20+ our years. So I don't think they need to hold their head down.
Nah, they shouldn't. George County didn't have nothing really to lose. They wasn't chasing perfection. They just doing their job. That's Coach Ray's motto: just do your job, and get another chance to start over the next week. And that's what they mindset they came in. So I seen how easily George County came in scoring. First play, Deuce threw a strike to Brent Moody, who took it all the way to the end zone almost for the score. And then the next play, Jacoby Street runs it in for the 6. Like, that was that read option. And, it was there all night. Coach Ray was digging in his bag, pulling out plays I haven't seen all season. I said, okay, so he was running a bland offense, because I see
Coach Ray had to hold some of them plays in his bag, like you say.
I see
play, so you gotta hold it. You can't show your hand too much. It's like know when to fold, baby.
Yeah, he did that. I enjoyed it last night, man. That was a good atmosphere. It was a good environment. Wyatt Davis was there. He's Dylan Moran's cousin. He was going to East Side. Critiquing both players, Deuce and Dylan, who he deals with. on the business level. So it was a great electric environment. That was my first time being back in Hancock since the renovation and the new facilities and all that stuff right
Yeah,
there.
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, man. And I got to see Dylan and play live and for the first time in a while. He's tall as I don't know what, man. That kid
Man, he's
tall.
so long and lanky,
That
man.
man tall, bro.
Yeah, he's long and lanky, man.
Yeah,
Somebody's
I didn't want to.
gonna get a gym out of him though. Somebody's gonna get a
More
gym.
definitely, more definitely, more definitely, more definitely. Like I said, he need to find out who got what monster got his skill set last night, because he did not play last night. I was like, is he sick? Like, is something wrong with him? Like,
So
what
he
wrong
played.
with him?
So he didn't play like Dylan. He didn't play like how he normally play.
No.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know he did it. He threw a pick six and he threw another pick. That's just not him. I mean, he just was excellent this whole season. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
But George County got. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Matt. My bad.
No, I was just looking at. They didn't upload the stats from last night, but he had 2 interceptions coming into the game, and
yeah,
of course, Odom, who we had last week on the broadcast, that he was going to pick off Moran, and he went out and did it. I know with them trailing as much as they were in the second half, of course, you tend to throw it more, but still, I mean, Moran, you're going to have those games like that. We'll see how he rebounds as they go to Pascagoula next week, but still, he's still obviously with the crew there in Hancock. They are much in it. Maybe it's, you don't want to say you never want to lose. They always say that you don't want to lose, but maybe it was better not going into the playoffs on a 10 game, unbeaten streak. Again, only 2 coast teams that ever had a perfect season, 87 Pascagoula and last year, Picayune. So it's hard to go undefeated for the season, but he was a little bit off. He missed that one that would have gave him the lead there when the receiver was open on that 4th down play. But still give it to George County. And in the interview there, Bingo, I watched it this morning, with the coach for George County, and for him saying, they got to get, not make the turnovers, because they had a turnover, George County. So he was making mistakes, making penalties, and he was real. I like that with the coach in those interviews that you do, Bingo. But it turned out to be a great game last night. 28-26, George County wins. Again, they're tied with Picayune for the region lead.
That's who's gonna, like. This is my prediction. Bingo's prediction. The little theme music supposed to pop up, man. We ain't there yet, but I predict the winner out of the Picayune and George County game is going to win your district. Of course, whoever else would be second. So right now, Hancock, West Harrison, and Pascagoula are all playing for 3rd and 4th. In my opinion, this is my opinion now, so don't come for me.
We keeping receipts.
Yeah.
Matt recording them stats now.
Yeah. So, next, like, I'm not looking past West Harrison. A lot of people are looking past West Harrison. I'm not looking past West Harrison. They're not healthy right now. But we seen what they can do at the beginning of the season when healthy. They're a dangerous team. They can coach Quincy likes to run the ball. Yes, Coach Patrick loves to run the ball. And he got the running backs to do it. So, they gonna give people fits. So this Gula team, like I say, I give them the benefit of the doubt for that rain game that the Tide brought last week, because the Tide brought their own Tide, and we didn't get the real game to see, because Gula's defense is fierce. They're ferocious, and I wanted to see them against Picayune, and we didn't get to really get that. The rain stole that from us.
Yeah, they robbed us. They robbed that game.
Yeah, well, they again, West Harrison, who lost last night to Picayune, they will go to George County next week. And as long as George County don't have a letdown after this big win, over Hancock, hopefully they don't have a letdown in George County. But then they'll host Picayune that following week. That is George County, and that's where Bingo was saying the region champion may be from. But then they go to Pascagoula that last night, the last week, and that is George County. So that's who they play. They'll have 2 home games, and then they'll play at Pascagoula the last week of the season. And then Hancock, like I say, they're still obviously in the mix. If they play at Pascagoula, they'll host Long Beach, and they'll play at Picayune. So that last night we'll see what happens with George County and Pascagoula and Picayune and Hancock. But we just need to. I don't know. I hate to look ahead, but we're looking ahead a little bit there. But like to take it all in week by week. Not rush the season over. We're already 8
Right.
weeks. And we
It's
have
only 3
games.
games left, Matt. It's only I looked at the schedule, guys. It's only 3 games for the season is left.
Well, some of the Rockachaws and Moss Point, and Rockachaws have 2 games left.
Yeah, they have 2.
And Resurrection has 2 games left. And like we mentioned earlier, we had Dane Spann on there, the second. Jay has 2 on there. Moss Point, they play next week. Greene County, they don't play the last week. So next week's the last week for Moss Point, their last regular season game. So, I know we're looking ahead, but let's take it all in this week as we're doing here today. And I know, Boz, you come on here late. Gulfport, that's your team. That's you went to, you coached after your football career. You don't have the belt, which I don't think I'm waiting for the belt to come out. 56-32. 56-32. You had a 35-13 lead at halftime. And I did watch some of those plays because, again, I had a lot of games on. Gulfport, got the job done, 56-32 at D'Iberville.
Yeah, they did, man. They did the job. They got the job done. So, district play is never easy. So any win is a good win. So I'm just happy for the guys, man.
Yeah, so Gulfport, again, that clash, it's still 2 weeks away, Gulfport and Ocean Springs.
And so I got to shout out, my bad, I got to shout out Gavin. Gavin Brown has committed to Colin, so I want to congratulate him, man. Very proud of him. I've been watching him grow up since he played youth league ball, and he's going to have an opportunity to play college football at Colin Community College. So I'm very happy for his family.
That's all that is. That is great. And junior college, of course, I call for the Bulldogs, and you see a lot of players, especially, that it's gone away as far as the stigma of saying going to junior college. Believe me, Isaiah Buggs, he's drafted by my team, Pittsburgh Steelers, and he's now at Detroit. But yeah, he come from Louisiana. He had no offers, went to junior college. So, it's
hey, man,
we're back in the day.
Gold team too. I had to cut you off. You got the wrong black and gold team too, man. You know this New Orleans.
He said no.
Man, switch the hat on me.
But no, but what I'm saying, that I guess.
No, you're right. You're right.
In the day that going to junior college, and there's different reasons players go to junior college, but don't think that I'm going to junior college. Believe me, again, social media. If you're good, they will get you. Yeah. It's back, better than obviously when like Jerry Rice went to Mississippi Valley, and he's still in the Hall of Fame. So nowadays, players who go to even D2 schools, D3 schools, you're going to get the light shined on you if you put in the work and you're good enough there. And again, not all the players, but back to what you were saying, congratulated to Colin. Of course, Colin came in and beat the 4th ranked Gulf Coast. So, they're on a roll. They are for Colin. So, and they beat East Mississippi the first game of the year. So, JUCO football, especially Mississippi, is pretty tough. So, but congratulations to Gavin Brown there from Gulfport. But yes, Gulfport now will go to St. Martin at St. Martin. Gulfport will next week, and then they'll go and host Ocean Springs. But first next week, Gulfport at St. Martin. Of course, St. Martin on that unfortunate losing streak. Yeah, like I say, Norrell White, aka Dirt. Who knows what can happen next week? Of course, Gulfport's going to be favored. But you just don't know, with St. Martin, they've been playing tough these last 2 weeks. Of course, they did lose, but the score is a lot closer than what they had been. So
right.
It's there. And I know Bingo just went off. I don't know if he's getting a guest or not, but we can move on. And I did my hot or not, which I do on Saturdays. And I just put on there just the stats, meaning – I put on there the knot, which is, St. Martin, PRC, 14-game losing streak, PRC 11-game losing streak, Stone a 3-game road losing streak. So those are some of the knots, and I hate to put the knots because when I put just the stats, don't read more into it. I'm not saying I have to put St. Martin their 14-game losing streak. I'm not gonna just ignore it it's saying that they don't put in the work. Definitely, they put in the work. The
Right.
players, the coaches. So that's what I add to my Facebook page and Twitter. Just the stats. Don't read into it saying that they're no good. They've lost 14 in a row. The players are good. They're putting in the effort. They're coming up on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Right.
It happens. But the hot teams, which I mentioned, Ocean Springs, 16 straight region games. Gulfport had that 532 total offense last night. The punter doesn't have to wash his uniform. He didn't punt.
Right. He can get
even though he's probably the kicker. I don't know if I didn't know if he's the same. But, I'm saying 532 yards last night. Picayune, 16 straight, just like Ocean Springs, region wins. They have not lost in 2 years, a region game. We mentioned George County stops a perfect season for Hancock. Gaucher stopped their 5-game road losing streak. They won at Wayne County 49-33. That was a good game. I picked Gaucher, even though the stats say go at Wayne County at home. The Gators give it to them, a great road win. And then Van Cleve stops a 5-game losing streak. They beat St. Martin game 1. They have lost 5 straight games since then. They stopped their streak last night over Stone at homecoming, 27-23. So those are the hot or not, which I come out on Saturday, which is on Twitter at Coast Football, and then our Facebook page at Coast Football, and that's the hot or not. So I don't know.
Can't go against the hot or not, man. There's 2 teams I'm not going against because the proof is in the pudding. You said it on the hot or not. Is Picayune and Ocean Springs, 16 straight games, haven't lost a game in 2 seasons. I like to go against, when I do follow stats, I will not go against what's facts. I mean, those are facts. And that's what I love about what you bring to the table, man. You always break it down on stats, historically, present, and streaks. That's part of the game. But I'm not going against Picayune and Ocean Springs. I'm not going against.
Oh yes, yes. They're like I say. I try to come up with stats or a stat that the old saying, the things that make you go hum. I didn't know that.
Right.
And so we try to look at different things. So it does take time to look at that. And again, I don't get paid for all this. I get paid in being on this and spreading the word and the people who post good or bad on the Facebook page.
Right.
I don't mind all that as long as they keep it clean. But the one stat which I looked up, like I said, teams who started 0-2, 2-0 in region play. Picayune has started 2-0 every season since 2001. That's crazy. That the start of region play 2-0 at 2001. And I watched a flashback or go back to bingo in the media of what coach from George County had posted in his post-game interview. He said, I don't know when the last time George County, and when somebody starts a sentence like that, I start to go look. I don't know when the last. And so I said, let me go look and see when the last time George County started 2-0 in region play. And last year they started off 0-3, losing to Gaucher, West Harrison, and Van Cleve. George County lost last year to Gaucher, West Harrison, and Van Cleve. So that tells you where George County had come from last year. But the question was, when the last time they started 2-0? It was just 2021. 2 seasons ago, George County actually started 4-0, beating Gaucher, West Harrison, Van Cleve, and then PRC before losing to. And I remember I'm picking that game. They're hosting Picayune. I said George County's going to beat Picayune at home in 2021, and that didn't happen. That was the only region game they lost, George County. They went on to lose the first round of the playoffs to Laurel. But again, back to your stat wise there, Boz. That's what I try to do, is to come up with different stats, that are different besides the regular who's winning the series. This team has lost, like Gaucher lost 5 road games in a row. Well, no more. They beat Wayne County. So
absolutely happy for the Gaucher Gators, man.
Shout out to the Gators, man. Hey, 5A look like it's gonna be a runaway for the Gators. I just want y'all to know that like it's gonna be a runaway for us, man. Like let me pop my chest. You see it on my chest right here, man. They know what it is. Don't get it confused. I may be in the county, but don't get it confused. They know what it bleeds. It's in my DNA. Only I can do that. I can go work for a school and rep another one at the same time. Only I can do that. All right. Nobody else. All right. So
I made up that picture I sent to you, but I haven't posted it out with the MTB, which is my team's the best. That fans have my team's the best with those glasses on. That my team should be number one in the nation. And so, hey, Bingo has the MTB syndrome, and my team's the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as in Gaucher. And so I don't know if I'm going to post that picture that I did a little meme on because I had a fan on Facebook that we'll get into that in a minute. But Gaucher, they did go on a road beat Wayne County next week. If I had just here off the fly pants, they will host East Central. Yes, they are favored to beat East Central. They will host Stone. Stone, unfortunately, if you didn't hear earlier, their two players or at least one of them is out, and Connor Tice with a broken collarbone, the quarterback.
Oh, man, I didn't hear that. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And even if they had Connor, I would still Gaucher would be favored at home against Stone. Stone, but now with Connor Tice being out, next man up couldn't get the job done, but Connor Tice is top notch. The only problem I see with Gaucher, the last game of the season, a road game at Laurel.
At Laurel.
That's going to be a
that's a test.
That's going to be for the region title.
I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna beat the shit out of Laurel. Because I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, because I'm just gonna be honest with you. We gonna beat the brains out of Laurel, man. Man, look, we good. Trey Ball is back. The cast is off. You seen them? Did you watch the live?
But Bingo, I hope it's a coach team against Laurel. I want to beat Laurel, but to go to Laurel,
man.
Right now, I would say Laurel's favorite at home. That Laurel is, and so we're going to mark it an hour and 15 minutes into the tape. We're going to have to remember to mark that clip that he just said that. But the last time they played, they only played one time in the second round of the playoffs.
I was on that team. That's why we got to get retribution. I was there in 2000.
You were on that team in 2000?
That was in 2000.
What was the score? That's all right if you don't know. It's all right.
No, let me see if my memory's still good. It was a playoff. I think it was 24-17 because I think they came back and beat us.
Oh, my goodness. You did. It was 41-28. You're a little bit off there, but 41-28 in the second round of the playoffs that Gaucher, they hosted Laurel.
We did. It was in Pascagoula at War Memorial Stadium, the house that Gaucher rebuilt. And because it was going downhill.
And see, a lot of people may not know that Gaucher played their games in Pascagoula before the swamp was built.
And let Harold Tillman tell it. Pascagoula, Gaucher is the house that Gula built. I say so. I reverted back to Gaucher. Pascagoula is the house that Gaucher built, which it is. We did it.
But no, and with your MTB glasses on, my team's the best. You should be confident in that and saying, yes, they're going to win out. They're going to go to Laurel and beat them. And that's where you can't, they're not going to, that's where you should feel as a fan with the MTB glasses.
I'm hardly home right now, but I'm always repping. It's just me. I'm going to always rep that.
That'll be that November. In fact, I won't be able to do much with that game because they play it on that looking here. That's the one the last week they play on Thursdays. And of course I'm going up to Jones for Gulf Coast. We'll go play at Jones that Thursday night. So I'm going to get updates from you guys. I can't watch the games for the last regular season game when Gaucher goes to Laurel on a Thursday night football.
Gaucher and you said Gaucher and Laurel play on a Thursday night?
The last week of the season, remember last year, there's different regions that play because the playoffs start for the other ones, but most of the games, I think 7, 6, and 5 play on Thursday night.
Yeah, they had to move that. They had to adjust it because of the referee shortage.
Yes.
So I thought I was going to be able to
started last week. They started last week, but Coach Ernest, man, that's the head coach at Laurel, man. He know what he doing, man.
Tell him holler at me, man.
And so what Harold said, it's hard to beat Laurel between the bricks. So Laurel, what'd they do? I don't even have they played they beat at East Central 48-35. Laurel beat East Central last night. So I was looking to see they play they host Van Cleve next week, and then they go on to Wayne County.
Cofant forehand got me. Cofant Pound Town. Pound Town. Take me to Pound Town, Cofant. Please, just take Laura Hayes to Pound Town. Get a forehand the ball 50-1100 times and just let him run behind them hogs. And Potbelly gonna if they do what they do, Jason Phillips gonna make sure Potbelly gonna feed the whole offensive entire line. You know, I just need Derek Forehand to go soften them boys up and go and just. I'm talking about just going through there with all that long hair. Just boom. I'm talking about that boom, just going through there, man.
And Boz, if
you
missed it, Boz, earlier, you have to replay. We did have Derek Forehand on.
Man, dang, I wanted to talk to Derek, man.
With his long hair there and 24 carries. He did a great game last night.
Did he swing it like that?
Yeah. He was
he was doing it.
Yeah.
As he should with the 170 yards rushing last night on 24 carries. He admitted there, Boz, that he was hurting this morning. You know, as some players like, I'm not hurting. I can run some more. He was hurting, you know, after running that many times. You know, you're going to feel it. So that was good to have him and Jason Phillips on earlier.
I don't know if you remember that, Matt, but Jason said he's also a two-way player. He plays linebacker also.
Yeah,
he does. He does.
A lot of teams, you know, unfortunately do that. The smaller team, the Moss Points, the Van Cleves. And so, that's more pounding there. So they'll have it tough there. Van Cleve, you know, goes to Laurel next week. But, you know, we'll see as the season, you know, still have games left to go.
But we'll 5-8 Van Cleve they gonna sneak Laurel. Watch what I tell you. They're gonna sneak Laurel. Look at this. Look at this mother done snuck back in here, man. What you got to say now, Mr. Mike? Hey, y'all turn your phone sideways, Boz and Jason. Turn your phone sideways.
Oh, okay.
What you had to come back on for, man? What you had to tell us?
We like you said, we get this run game going. We get this ground pound. We proved it last year with having the size of the offensive line we have, and they're finally gelling. It's going to be a really hard team to beat. Defense gave up 20 in the first quarter last night. Now, one thing, and you talked to Donnie Moore and Dylan's dad, and I've talked to quite a few people. Van Cleve's defense is nasty this year. They had 4 turnovers in the third quarter against Gaucher. They're really, really good. They fly around the ball. They got 2 big linebackers. Well, they're not big, but big tacklers with Scotty Toothman and Brown. And they're tackles. Our Buzz. I know when you do the stack them on the tackles for linebackers, I think River Brown and Scotty Toothman are up there with everybody. But they only gave up 3 points in second, third, and fourth quarter. They gave up a field goal. So to come back to get, you know, the score was 20-20 in the first quarter, and for Van Cleve's defense to shut down Stone, because that Tice kid, he's the truth. Y'all said QB1. I mean, that kid, he had the stature. He knew when to run. He knew when to stay. I mean, I hate it for him. He tried to turn the ball up down there towards the end zone to try to make a play happen. And, you know, when you meet Aiden Hood on the sideline, I don't know, you know, big shout out for Aiden Hood. He's nasty. He just had a really good hit on him, and I think that if he was in the game, I think there would have been a good chance that Van Cleve would have lost that game. I mean, he was just really on point. Their wide receiver number 4. Stone's got a good team. It's just they got hit by an injury bug. But I've never been to Laurel. I've heard a lot. I've heard this, you know, the bricks and how it's going to go. So I'm kind of looking forward to the excitement. But if we go in with the same energy, 5A is open. Right now, Gaucher, I think with Gaucher, with Solomon Baggett and Irving and Beavers and stuff, that you can just tell watching the game, even in the rain, you could tell the gel was there with Gaucher. And they got a really good program going on there. And, you know, Gaucher could run away with it if they wanted to. So I'd like to see what it's really, if I had to think of on the 5A, it's really going to be between East Central, Laurel, and Wayne County. I think with Stone County losing their quarterback and possibly losing their running back, it's not going to fare too well for the rest of the season for them.
Yeah, East Central, I just can't figure them out. They lost last night, of course, to Wayne County, and they
won.
No, East Central lost.
I thought East Central won 49-35.
No, not to Well, I mean, they lost to Laurel 48-35. That's what I have. That's what the site has. That East Central lost last night to Wayne County. I mean, to Laurel. 48-35.
I thought East Central won. They had it. I saw it on Max Preps that they put up 40. I thought I saw East Central won 49-35.
Oh, that ain't what
we need to definitely check on that, because that's really, if that's the case and East Central lost, it's anybody's game at this point.
Yeah, you have Gaucher Laurel at 2-0, Van Cleve, Wayne County 1-1, and then East Central Stone at 0-2 is what I have there. So
Van that's Cleve, what it's showing on Max Preps.
No, that's not on Max Preps. No.
Oh.
Last night though, that Van Cleve rushed it. I'm showing 47 times for 279 yards. That's the most both. Well, no, they rushed it 51 times at George County, but 47, 279 yards. That's the most at Van Cleve. That's what they had last night in their stats last night. But I'm going to go here to the schedule to the standings. Max Preps is only as good as what the coaches.
I've used that SB Live. I've used that SB Live too.
I don't use really either one. I'm at Max Preps right now, but
Jason, you see what
2-0.
You see the comment, y'all, from
Dio. Landon Dio had a big sack last night. He blindsided that guy. He had a really good sack. It was a game-changing sack last night. So big shout out to Dio. He came in on the on his blind side and had a really nice takedown. That defense is flying. They really are. Man, they're gelling. Watch it. They move. They're shifting the line, the D line a lot. You could tell that Gilbert and Capers and them really have that defensive flying around. It's like you said. You see the record. You see how district is working right now, and I mean, it's Gaucher's the take. And I really liked watching Gaucher last week. I thought with them being a passing team, playing in the rain, that it was, they were going to go to go into more of the run. They didn't. They stuck with the pass and it worked. And, Urban, I even went up to him after the game and I'm like, I was really impressed with how well you played, to come behind Trey or come behind Caden. And Bingo, you and I had a conversation about Caden the other day. I mean, he was special. You just don't see guys like that very often. But for Urban to come behind him and play the way he's playing, even with having a broken arm. And, Gaucher and Van Cleve had really tough non-divisional conferences this year. They played some really tough teams. And I know when they went up to Columbia, I had talked with Solomon Baggett. He actually got rocked towards the end of the game on a pass play, and it put him out for the Van Cleve game. And I hate seeing that. My son and Solomon and Sherrod, Whitehead, and all them all grew up together playing travel ball. So they're all, they're all really close to me. I treat them just like, as you would say, nephews. And, it's just, it's open in the 5A. I think the 5A's, I think if I had to say it was, it's kind of the most, you really don't know which direction it's going to go in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just hope it's a coast team that gets in the, of course you're going to have a Laurel get in the playoffs. I wouldn't mind it if Gaucher or any other team to win the region. I mean, we want coast teams to do good. Coast teams will make the playoffs, but I do believe Laurel will be at least one playoff spot. Wayne County may be, another. So that leaves it two. Gaucher should be one. Van Cleve, again, has a shot there now, unfortunately, with Stone being injured like that. So, but we appreciate you coming on, Jason, giving us the inside for Van Cleve football, the big 5-7, and safe road trip up there at Laurel. I'm probably going to need you to text me if you can the game or on Twitter, the game updates, because it's at Laurel and I don't get a lot, when it's out non-coast, I don't get a lot of updates from that game, from games like that.
I don't know. Do y'all know much about that NFHS network that does the games at the games? That no. I guess it's like, I don't know. There's been a lot of problems with people being able to watch the games live. So if there's any places that you guys can link out to who can watch what, and YouTube channels, and Bingo, I know you're not live when you're not live to, the Gaucher game. It just, there's really only one option for people to watch these games, and it's so hit and miss with that NFHS network for places like Van Cleve, who doesn't have live. I know Ocean live. But with what you guys are doing is amazing. You know, I get giddy about this stuff. Like, I just love seeing the brand that you guys are putting out and what you're bringing and bringing the knowledge to people. And really what we're doing down here on the coast with these players. And just kudos and hats off to you guys.
Well, thank you, Jason. We're going to get on to the next guest, but we certainly appreciate your insight, like Ann Cleve, and bringing on Derek Forehand. Had a great night last night.
All right, y'all take care.
All right, Bob.
But yes, the quarterback whisperer there, Wyatt Davis. He was on one of the original star cards that
yeah,
we put.
That's crazy.
At PRC, you know, there's some great players that come out of PRC just because they're struggling this year.
Yeah.
So, but if we have any, whatever y'all want to do next, we have any questions, I know we're an hour and a half in and we're going to be wrapping it up. And of course, fans, even if they're watching on the replay, that's great. You can watch it on the replay at your convenience, this broadcast.
Yes. Again, also, we'll be posting the graphic soon. We're going to be selling sponsorship packages. If you would like to be able to get your brand known on our show, we have a sponsorship package. We just contact me, Matt, or Boz, and we'll have a sit down talk with you of what you want to do. But this show is growing. We're reaching over 100,000 people strong throughout the Mississippi Gulf Coast and surrounding areas. That's pretty tough. And we're little small little guys right here from the Mississippi Gulf Coast that love talking about high school football and the history of it. So you want to be a part of that, you know, holla at us. The Migos, Offset, Quavo, and Takeoff.
Man, like who in the world is that?
Don't say Matt don't know.
Matt, you know who the Migos
is?
The Three Amigos?
See? He thinking about the movie characters. We're talking about the rap. We talking about the hip hop culture Migos.
Oh, I know. I'm older than you guys, so I'm back with Ron DMC, with the Egyptian Lover. And I'm in the '80s, so I know all the rap artists back then. You know, so I'm catching what you're throwing. So yeah. Is there any other fan comments? I mean, we can, like I say, to wrap it up, a good show here on the Saturday, and we'll see if we're going to do it on Saturdays or late night Friday night. There's.
I feel like Brian Higgle, I like this Saturday. I'm a little bit more relaxed, even though I woke up a little earlier. But I like this Saturday. It's pretty chill. You know, I see folks are still on here watching. We held strong. We had 20 viewers holding strong throughout pretty much the whole show.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of talk, and we kind of like to move from place to place to keep interest, because we have 24 teams. You know, we didn't talk about Resurrection.
Also,
a playoff spot, Yeah,
I was just going to get to you about that. That's one of the teams I hit up, and I think they had something going on today. But we got something scheduled this Tuesday. I'll be going to Resurrection and interviewing Dr. Roth's son and Drew Pickens' son from Resurrection. They had big games last night. And, Coach Denmark, who was my coach when I was in Gaucher, when the school first built, he's the athletic director and head coach. This is a historic season for Resurrection. Like, if you go back to the media day from the Smacker Media Day, go listen at them comments and listen at what those players. Everything they saying is articulating now. And Resurrection, as you see, already clinched playoff spot and possibly looking to win 3-8. That is huge.
Yes, I was there, of course, back when nobody else was around per se. So it was in 2015. In fact, I was there at Media Day when they went to the state championship, Resurrection, in 2015. And I was there when they lost that game. And it was unfortunate, but that was back then. We were not covering that team, but we went to the state championship we did. And so now they're back, and they're doing good once again on that 5-game winning streak. Their Resurrection. They made the playoffs. They have 2 games left against the top 2 teams, in Sacred Heart, who's 3-0, and then they'll host Lumberton, who's 2-1. Of course, they're 3-0 in region play. That is Resurrection Eagles. So again, we try to cover all the teams on this hour and a half. Going over the scores. Now we're not going to have people from every single team, obviously, but like I said, love the comments and keep
I
those
got somebody.
MTV glasses on. My team's the best glasses on. I had that the guy on there this past week about the Coast Top team and about Poplarville. It was asking why Poplarville's not ahead of, I guess, St. Stanislaus. And, he threw up, name me who St. Stanislaus has beat. Name me one team that they beat. I don't know if he said what a winning record, but, I had told him I didn't have one team to tell you. I had 3 teams that the Rocket Jaws have beaten, 3 teams with a winning record.
Right.
That's ahead of Poplarville, who's a good team too. Again, it's but at least they're reading the rankings. And again, the rankings, it don't matter what numbers by your team, they have to go out there and win. And its rankings are for the players or for the fans, to look at. So I'm glad that comments are there. Again, I don't know if we have comments we're going to go over, but whatever y'all want.
I got somebody coming in now. Seeing trying to get the link together now.
As we may try to do, if we get better response on Saturday mornings, from 10 to 11 or 10 to 11:30. I know it's later than that. Now we just got, with the late night. Actually, it's 1 o'clock now. So,
yeah. Hey, boss, you like to go check up on players. Harold said go check out fullback number 10, that Taj Arbert for Long Beach. He said Long Beach is going to be a beast next year.
They are. They're very young, man. They got a lot of. They only. I don't want to misquote, but they don't have that big. I don't think they have over 10 seniors on the team. The whole team, most of their team coming back. They're building. They're building to where to get Long Beach was winning. Long Beach never struggled like this. They've been one of the consistent teams. As you see, my little seed here is trying to get his media. He trying to get his media day. Hey, but yeah, I'm gonna check out Taj, man. Let me see what he got going on. They haven't updated their stats on SB Live. That's what they normally post.
Okay.
So
what's
the George County game?
Let's talk about the leaderboards, man. So are they updated? Are they current? Or any teams not updating theirs? Or like
I don't like to say when teams don't update because parents will get in my inbox. Okay, let's just put it like this. Parents will get in my inbox and I kindly tell them. Whoever I say, I put LOL after because it's all love.
Yeah.
We all about shining a light. Okay, don't steal on me. We all about shining a light, about what the players are doing. So they're like, hey, my baby's stats are not updated. I say, well, their stats. I only report what was reported. And I moved it to Thursday because I think I was reporting it a little too early. I wasn't giving coaches time because they're busy to report the schedules on SB Live and Max Prep. So I go to Thursday. By Thursday, I edit the stats and then I upload them so everybody can kind of see who's shining and who's doing what. So that's just my thing. Like I said, I'm like Matt. I don't get paid to do that. I just love to show everyone that who's productive, who's being great for their team to be putting them in situations to win every Friday.
Yeah. And
that's just what I love to do. I just love to do it. I mean, we grew up on that with Doug Barber and James Jones and Son Harold. And I just kind of wanted to keep it going. I think, a lot of coaches don't, honestly, there's some coaches that don't like, posting their stats. They don't like it. And I respect it. I understand why they don't. You don't want to know, you want to key in on the player. But I think most of the coaches now, they got it where Mississippi High School Athletic Association is making them do it now.
Mandatory.
They have to. It's mandatory. So I think that's cool though, man. Just to see who's doing what. Like if we did just think about it, we would never know about Dylan Moran turn his whole season around throwing 19 touchdowns.
Right.
If Hancock wouldn't post his stats. Just like what's the running back from Hancock? I got his name on my tip of my tongue. What's that kid name, man? Running back from Hancock.
Zach Goulong?
Zach Goulong. Like, Zach Goulong has been doing this for 2 years. It's not new. This is nothing new. I don't know. I got balloons in the background. I guess that's I don't know how that happened. I just updated my phone. Hey, I just updated my phone. I did this to my sister on FaceTime. She's like, when you put a thumb up too. Let me see. Y'all see the thumb? Do y'all see like the little?
I thought because you said Zach Goulong and he was on, on their podcast and you know, Gulong is how you, because some people pronounce it a little bit different ways, but
Yeah,
I shared his highlights and he's having a great
he's
season.
a beast.
So
That
Yeah.
Gulong is a beast, man.
in the past there, Boz, with Max Preps, I did call out teams. I posted on Twitter, this was years ago, and saying these teams do not have stats on Max Preps. And so I called them, you know, hey, I can't do anything. You know, y'all don't post it. And you don't have to be the head coach. It could be somebody you designate.
Right.
But
You can designate a coach to do it.
They did switch from Max Preps, I believe. Obviously, the state said, hey, we're going to go to SB Live, and I have it. So now you have teams. I was looking earlier, Van Cleve, Hancock, they post on Max Preps, and that's how you get recognition. When I do the coach record book, I go by Max Preps, but really I'm going to go by your stats, you know, that you post out and see if they break any coach records, you know, at the end of the year, and add and update the coach record book, because we don't have a record book down here. We don't have a record.
We do, Matt. You have kept it relevant.
I've tried.
So you have kept it relevant. And I remember, like, you know, you reshare your old memories sometimes. It was a couple of them. I was like, man, I forgot that kid was good. You know, you know that's why I love to look at it, like those things that you post up, and like, you definitely relevant and keeping it relevant. But like, you don't let people stats and names
There's
out,
certain
man.
levels that you have to reach to make the record book. You know, with rushing yards, I believe it's 2,000. You know, yards rushing. You know, interceptions. I know we talked about it, and I'd say Buckley had 13, and he's saying he had 15. I need to.
He may have 15 in the season now. He
had 13 regular season, but he had 2 in the playoffs, and he said all that counts.
Oh, there goes your balloons there for bingo. See, you mentioned the awards and got balloons. So I know some players. I feel you, Boz. When parent, you know, they say, hey, it's the coach. You got to go. Now again, not the coach. The team has
the team. I don't throw nobody under the bus. I just like, hey, I only report what's reported. That's what I say.
Yeah,
and they should
report what's reported.
Between
all right, we got our last guest for tonight.
Come on, bring him in.
He just popped in, Mr. Kelvin Beavers of Gaucher.
Beavers. Hey, this guy right here, Kevin Beavers. Hey,
turn your phone sideways, nephew. Turn your phone sideways.
Hey, let me see. Let me go and talk to Kelvin. This is my boy, Kelvin, man. Hey,
turn your
Kelvin.
phone sideways, like.
There you go, Kelvin. There you go. Kelvin, man. Kelvin, hey, I'm gonna tell you something. What I knows about Kelvin Beavers, man. Awesome receiver, man. We already know he's a great receiver. The respect that I had raised for Kelvin, I already respected his game. He played quarterback when Trey went down. This man got over 500 yards passing and almost 500 yards receiving yards. So this dude is an athlete.
Yeah,
we got to put that out there. We got to push that narrative. That's the whole point of doing the stat, man. We gonna push that narrative for Kelvin Beavers. Kelvin, you a junior?
No, I'm a senior this year.
Okay, you're a senior, man. We gonna push, man. We gonna push that, man. How you doing today, man? After that win,
feeling good. Feeling good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was a win last night at Wayne County there, Calvin. I know how did y'all I got the final score, but I mean, how'd the game go? What was the half score? Do you remember? I know it's
42-14.
Yeah, it's 42-14 already at halftime. Y'all just took it to them there. What was your stat? What was your line last night? I mean, you throw any, run any touchdowns?
I had 4 receptions, 120, 2 TDs.
Man,
they're lit.
I was a receiver last night though.
So what?
We know you got. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, you good,
I'm sorry.
You good.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I get excited when I get to talk to my nephews. You good? Go ahead.
Yeah. Nah, I'm just saying. What was the adjustment you had to make when you had to, go to quarterback? We never got to bring you on the show. What was the adjustment you had to make when they asked you to play quarterback when Trey went down?
Well, see, really, I ain't even had no adjustment since I was already rep to go to quarterback anyway. Just stayed calm. Not much to it. Really.
Yeah. Nephew, he's not a man of many words, but he got to really know you to talk to you. You know what I'm saying?
I respect it, man. I respect it. Just know Kelvin know who I am, man. He came to media day. He know who I am, but I know he's he talked loud on that field though. We know
Yeah.
that.
Man, nephew be out there cussing and everything. I just
Nah.
playing, man. I'm just playing. I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing, man. Just playing with him, man. I
I
ain't trying to
believe
get
I
him
put
in
him on
trouble.
a star card. Did I not put Kelvin on the star card?
Ooh, if not, he need to go up today, man. Kelvin, as a wide receiver, you play critical role in your team's offense. Can you describe your approach for making big plays and how you prepare each game?
Well, we just watch film during practice during the week, like 7-on-7 team and stuff like that. Just be ready for what the defense go run. Just adjust during the game, before the game, stuff like that.
When Trey Ball went down, you automatic, like, if you in Goshen, we know you our guy to put in that quarterback right now.
Yeah.
So when Trey Ball went down in Gulfport, first game of the year, like, you was already ready. How did you switch your mindset to instantly jump from wide receiver to quarterback and be effective?
I was just like, somebody got to do it. Why not?
Right.
Why not me? Just stay calm.
Yeah.
Like I said, stay calm. Keep my team motivated. We're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
We're gonna be fine.
Yeah. Goshen has a strong football tradition, of course. How does it feel to be a part of the program with its rich history, and what do you think the team's goal and expectations are for the remainder of the season?
Well, the goal is we gotta go to state, get back to state like we were. Got to get back to state.
Yeah. Right now,
for sure. And what's the other question you had asked?
What's the team expectation for the remainder of the season? What you say to get back to state? You know, like, that's it. We got to
Oh
get
yeah,
there.
win in district, win out our district. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you
Got to
said
win out
that.
in district.
Districts. All right. Have you looked at the remainder of the schedule for y'all season?
Yeah, we got East Central next week, Stone County, then Laurel.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you've seen the effects of Stones, how the injury bug has hit them. That's kind of critical for them. Kind of, good for the Gators in a sense. So how would you now you have to go do some film repair and see how to approach Stone next year? Well, basically, we got to get past East Central first, which has always been a tough team for the Gators.
East Central.
So, last question before I turn it back over to my colleagues, man. Can you share some of your personal aspirations in football and how you plan to achieve them, both at the high school level and beyond?
Well, like my goals.
Yeah. Like, what's your plans after football season over with in high school?
Well, I want to keep playing at the next level. For sure, I know that.
You got any interest from any colleges?
Just keep. Yeah, I got a couple right now, but just keep working.
You need more.
In the off season, I'm gonna train hard for sure.
It's gonna come because you putting in that work right now. So shout out to you, Neff. Keep balling, baby.
Kelvin, keep balling, man. We proud of you, man. Keep balling, bro.
Matt, I'm good, brother.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, as far as Calvin, people follow you on Twitter. I say at Beavers, BAVERS, and Calvin, KELVIN. See if we can get some more followers there. I'm looking at your Twitter. See about getting your highlights, out there. And you wear number 9, correct?
No, I'm at number 5 this year. I've changed.
Number 5 this year, okay. Is there what's the behind number 5? What's the reason why you wear number 5? Don't tell me Bingo wear number 5.
See, I had number 5 in Pee Wee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had number 5 in Pee Wee. I just wanted to get back to the old 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I was wearing that 9 for my big brother Dalen.
With Laurel for the region lead right now. So, again, you got East Central back-to-back home games with East Central and Stone and at Laurel. So we'll keep track of your adventure there. And I know you follow me on Twitter at Coach Football, and I follow you. And any highlights you have on there, I certainly will get them out to shine the light on there. If you have any particular schools that you like or want to,
Oh yeah,
I could tag them in it too. I'll be it.
Yeah,
anybody, Georgia, Alabama, anything like that.
I forgot about that. Yeah, man, the man had a kick return last night,
Okay,
man.
appreciate it.
Man, what? So you got to take us through them, man. Let's, we live vicariously through y'all these days, man. So
Yes, sir.
let me put the headset on, man, and let me act like I'm Kelvin Beavers and I'm catching the kick return, man. Take me back. Take us back in time.
All right, so at first I knew he wasn't gonna kick it to me, but like I didn't know he was gonna kick it to me. So he finally kicked one to me. So I waited for the blocks to set up, and I got outside, and after I made the kick miss, it was over with after that. They took it to the house.
Crib.
To the house.
So you had a receiving
Yeah.
touchdown and you had a kick return touchdown last night.
It ain't.
I tell you, that man playing like a creative player on
Yep.
on
NCAA.
video.
On NCAA 24.
Yeah. This one, that one of my favorites right there, boy. I hold that one there. They're one of my favorites right there. That boy, they've been cold since like he said, since
Did he win the Super Bowl when he was youngster? When he won number 5 back in the day? Did y'all win the Super Bowl over there in Jackson County? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We won like
A Super Bowl, man. That's a big deal in Jackson County. You gotta win a Super Bowl over there, man.
You better know it, boy. You better know it.
Mm-hmm.
I see you repping Big Brother over there, repping his brother Dalen school who he played for right now, Southeast Missouri.
Oh, that's
Yeah, he in there, big ball. Yeah, it's all love, man. I appreciate it, man. Hey, anytime you know what I'm saying, we trying to keep y'all on here. We want, we want y'all to keep coming on here, man, so y'all can be more comfortable with talking to people about what y'all do and getting it out there yourself using your own platform now, You a senior, it's time for you to be a man. Unc done taught you enough stuff. Now it's time to start putting that stuff to use.
I got you.
Appreciate you, Kelvin, man.
Love you, Neff. Be easy, fam.
I got you.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, man.
Kelvin B was the truth, man.
B was big B, man. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
we done went way over, man. My bad. It's just he came on late.
No, we got to bring him on, man. It's for these kids. You already know why I'm on here.
To tell his story, like I say, he wasn't quarterback, and the quarterback got hurt. Like, who turn around? Where's number 5 day? Go in and be quarterback. That's something hard. I know he's an athlete, so that was great for him to do, and great to have him on there. Like I say, to do the interviews, to get him used to getting more interviews and what school he wants to go to, and like I say, the mindset of it there, Bingo. What'd you see on that kickoff return? What was it called? I don't know what they call their plays now on the kickoff right, kickoff left.
Right.
It's good to have the players on here, especially along with the coaches and the other special guests. So hour 52 we've been on here. It's been flying by.
We had a real we had a real live show today, 2 hours. Even though I came on the back end. I pulled a Lee Corso today.
Commercial free, which
commercial free.
Get sponsors if you to get it, but
yeah.
We'll take it all in and prepare for next week. That's what the build-up is. That's why football is so great. It's not, nothing against baseball and other sports, or basketball, but it's once a week. It's not every night, every other night. So the build-up, we'll still take it in for week 8. We look ahead of week 9, but I'll post some more stuff out, and then we'll prepare come Tuesday top 10, and we'll slowly start to look at week 9, some more great, crucial region games.
Man, that's why I tell y'all, bro, like what we have now, the nucleus. All right, with Matt Brain, of course, Matt is the foundation of Coach Football. We have he has always been the voice and reason of Coach Football, keeping everything in law and in order.
Right.
A lot of broadcast journalists come and go, but Matt has been a mainstay and he has kept it going. And then here come Boz and Bingo. And now we have joined forces to create this multi-platinum platform to that we're trying to give the coach something to say. I told y'all when I said it last year, man, coach got something. I seen it then. When God give you a vision, you gotta lead, you gotta go with it, man. So when I seen that, man, I knew eventually this would happen. I've been trying to get these boys to do this with me for the longest. It's all about timing. Boz bringing the leaderboards and the like that's huge for us. Like people are looking for the coach top 10 each week. They're looking for the predictions. They're looking for the standings. They're looking for the leaderboards. We cover all that, and now player interviews and coach interviews. We cover all that right here on this platform right here. You know, and with these are faces you would love to see and know, baby.
Well, I don't know if you want to see my face on the.
man.
Still what I'm saying, man. We don't. Hey, we ain't gonna do all this negative energy now, man. We are all positive over here. I woke up in a good mood.
Yeah, we'll go pot. We'll go.
Oh God, I swear you lucky I'm outside, man.
That man put a Steeler hat on.
Yeah, we put my coach. But no, certainly appreciate it, shining light on everybody. And again, they can watch it on the replay. And until next week, like I say, with the pregame show, and we'll see what we're going to do. Try to be a regular on the post game.
We block trolls like this right here, man. He's a troll, man. We block them, man. Like they don't. I am the media sports pundit. I am a media sports pundit, Reg Burner, Dr. Burner. Don't make me expose who you is, man. But yeah, man. I guess we can join and watch the rest of this beautiful Florida State game as we kicking butt right now. So,
yeah, that's your team. I haven't watched anything on there. Florida.
Yeah, we kick butt right now, man. I love it, man. Y'all look. We ain't got no more comments. If anybody want to get in the fan engagement, want to get on next time, we'll do that. But you know, we've been on here far too long, so we finna slide and ride out, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Saturdays. This is Seneca, Bingo Hampton, Bingo Media. You got my guys, they're gonna sign themselves out, and we out.
That's Boz there. That's Boz there. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, fellas. See y'all next week.
All right, man.
That's out.